Welcome to my 5th video blog for our Ed Leadership Practicum for the spring of 2013. This time around I'll be talking about Standard 1. An educational leader promotes the success of every student by facilitating the development, articulation, implementation, and stewardship of a vision of learning that is shared and supported by all stakeholders. And after I'm done talking about what I experienced this week, I will talk about a little bit at the end the functions of Standard 1 that specifically apply. This time around we were dealing with parent-teacher conferences. Just like all other teachers, I'm to be in my room during conferences from 4 to 8 roughly, I believe it was, for the 2 days that we had them. Of course, weather wreaked havoc again a little bit, but we did make it work. I had an hour block that I was able to leave my room just so I could shadow a little bit one of the administrators, and during the time that I was with them, nothing major came up. They did have to intervene, not in a I'm going to stop a fight kind of a way, but they needed to kind of poke their head in and be present with one teacher and a student and that student's parent. So it was nice for me to be able to kind of see the enforcer side of the administrative part of parent-teacher conferences. It wasn't heated. I mean, this is something that had gone on between parent and teacher and student for a while, and they were just talking about a lawsuit that they were going to try to get started if the teacher didn't do reasonably what they as parents and as the student expected of them. I think there's some concessions that the student expected and the teacher wasn't willing to budge, and so on and so forth. And as far as the administrator's role in this, they didn't say a whole lot. They were there mostly for backup, which in the instance that I'm talking about, it's very nice that the administrator didn't have to step in. They were there kind of just as support, and so that's good, because you hope that as a teacher, and you hope you don't ever have to have administrative support right there in your classroom for a conference or for a meeting with a parent. But if you do, it's nice that maybe the administrator doesn't have to step in, because you're solving it yourselves or whatever it may be. Beyond this, after the meeting was over, and I went back to my classroom, but I later spoke with the teacher and with the administrator. They're going to do a follow-up to make sure that some of I already used the word concessions, but I hate to say that. I guess the agreement that they made in the compromise, because it sounds like they did kind of try to meet halfway. There's going to be a follow-up later on to ensure that the things that they agreed upon were being implemented, and so the teacher and the student would both be doing the things that they said that they would do when they did compromise. Specifically, the functions of Standard 1 that apply here are A, C, and D. As you can see, the administrator collaboratively develops and implements a shared vision and mission with the stakeholders. And it's not necessarily developing and implementing, it's revisiting the vision and the mission because of maybe the miscommunication or whatever it may be between the teacher and the student. C was to create and implement plans to achieve goals. Again, that has to do with revisiting the mission, and C applies because of the creation and implementation of plans to achieve the goals that both the student and the teacher had, which were to meet in the middle and continue to be able to coexist in the classroom while setting the student up for success. And then finally, D was to promote continuous and sustainable improvement, and that goes for both the teacher and the student. The teacher, not just this teacher, but all teachers need to revisit some of their own syllabi, or the things that are on the syllabus, perhaps, as well as the school board's rules, the building rules, and things like that. It can only make the teacher better, and we do that so we can, again, help the students be set up for success.